main idea, this is also known as the central idea. So if you hear me say central idea or main idea, they are the same thing. This is what the text is mostly about. Think of a pizza. The entire pizza altogether is our main idea. The small little toppings on the pizza, the cheese, the pepperoni, the sauce, or whatever you like on your pizza, those are the details. Those are what make the pizza great. Certain ways that we want to look at 4 ways to find our main idea. The first is title and headings. If you were to look at the title of your text, sometimes it gives you exactly what tells you exactly what you're going to read. Same thing for your heading. Remember we talked about text features? If you were to look at your heading, it tells you what that section is going to be about. So it gives you the main idea for that section. Another way to find the main idea is to look at the pictures and captions. Because again, going back to text features, our pictures have captions that tell us what is in the picture. This picture can help us figure out what the information in the text is giving us. Third way to find a main idea is to look for repeated words that are used more than once, words that are said over and over again. If the author is writing it over and over again, then it must be important. It is going to potentially give us our main idea. And the fourth way that we can find a main idea is to reread the first sentence and the last sentence. Sometimes in our text, the very first sentence is going to tell us everything that we're about to read, or the conclusion, the very last sentence, is going to let us know what we just read altogether. So we are going to look at an example of an informational text to try and figure out our main idea. So before we begin reading this text, I want us to go through and look at the text features that we have on this page. Here we have our title. What are the 5 senses? This has already given us the main idea of this entire text. Next, we have our headings. We have hearing, touch, smell, sight, and taste. These headings are giving us the central idea for each section. So this section's main idea is hearing. This section's main idea is about touch. This one's for smell, sight, and taste. Down here, we have multiple diagrams. Actually, we have a cutaway, 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 and then a diagram. Because here, it's showing the inside of these 4 images. So we are going to read about the 5 senses.
Short read. What are the 5 senses? Human beings have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, that help us form a perception of our surroundings. Our senses allow us to enjoy our world, learn more about it, and even protect ourselves. When we see, hear, taste, smell, or touch something, information travels to our brains to tell us what's going on. Hearing. We have an outer ear and an inner ear. The outer ear acts like a cup to catch sounds as they move past us. Sounds enter the inner ear through a spiral-shaped tube called the cochlea. The auditory nerve sends the sounds as information to the brain. The brain uses this information to tell us how far away sounds are and where they're coming from. Outer ear. Sound. Auditory nerve. Cochlea. Touch. The sense of touch is experienced through the whole body. When we come into contact with something, nerve endings in our skin, send tactile information to the brain. We can detect 4 different sensations through touch: cold, heat, contact, and pain. Hair, epidermis, dermis, nerve, smell. The olfactory nerve in the nose delivers messages about smells or aromas to the brain. We can detect and distinguish among 7 different aromas: camphor, musk, flower, mint, ether, acrid, and putrid. Nasal cavity, aroma, olfactory nerve, brain.
So I want us to notice we have these blue highlighted words. Why do we think those words are highlighted? If you said it's because they are keywords or words that we would find in the glossary of this text, you are absolutely correct. These words are highlighted to stand out because they're important, and the author wants us to know the definition of these words.
Sight. Our eyeballs have a lens at the front and a retina at the back. The lens focuses images onto the retina. The optic nerve sends those images as pieces of information to the brain. The brain creates a 3-dimensional image that helps us tell how close we are to objects around us. Lens, retina, optic nerve. Taste. Our tongues are covered with tiny bumps called taste buds or papillae. When we taste something, the papillae send information to the brain to identify the flavor. Taste buds detect 4 different flavors: sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. Everything you taste includes 1 or more of these flavors: salt, bitter, sour, sweet.
It's pretty interesting. So again, we can use pictures and captions to support our main idea, headings to give us our main idea, the first sentence, the last sentence, or the title. So here the author did a wonderful job of giving us multiple ways to find our main idea for this text.